Sometimes life feels like it could be described with the title of a bad light novel. You know, the ones that are longer than a paragraph? Like, oops, I fell asleep in math class and now I'm over 30. It's so weird, man. I'm gonna turn 32 this year, but I still think to myself that I was 18 6 months ago, not too infrequently. I more vividly remember my adolescent day-to-day life while I only really remember the peaks and valleys of my adult life. It takes no effort to remember how painstakingly long some of those years felt. It sometimes felt like they were never going to end, like I was just going to be stuck in that era indefinitely. I can remember the stress, the loneliness, the ups, the downs, but somehow in a blink of an eye, over a decade just vanished. While I was in the moment, I honestly thought I would never make it out of that era of my life. Now those years feel like a lifetime ago. Yet, I still don't feel like an adult, and half the time I am not convinced that I am. I was never supposed to be an adult. The world was supposed to just end when I graduated high school. Hell, I was promised that. I was the guy that was teaching other motherfuckers how to do Naruto hand signs depending on what jutsu they wanted to learn. I was studying the ancient texts. I shouldn't know what an index fund is. When I hear the PS2 boot up sound, I can see every square inch of a house I haven't seen since I was 8 years old. Now I own a house, but not a television that can accept RCA cables. Since when did it become socially acceptable to give children mortgages, and who found it appropriate to give this child one? I find myself constantly looking up old consoles and games with the intentions of eventually building a retro collection, knowing damn well I won't ever play them. But damn it, I need to hear the Wii boot up sounds if I'm going to play Super Mario Galaxy. The Microsoft GameCube just doesn't feel right when I'm trying to play Wind Waker. At some point, I'll accept the world I grew up in no longer exists. But sometimes I still hold out hope society will try to go back. It's not going to happen, but my soul yearns for it. I know it's kind of becoming a bit of a meme, but I really do think there's some truth to the whole "it's the damn smartphone" trend going around. I think that social media and the algorithms driving the platforms are just causing a loss of culture, but I think they stole years of our lives as well. It's not just the doom scrolling that's become a phenomena of the last several years, but also just the ever presence of having constant connectivity to the world at your fingertips. You never really get to just shut off anymore. I got my first smartphone when I was 18, leaving for college. Before that, I had a hand-me-down Nokia phone with limited minutes to only use in emergencies if my car broke down. And I wasn't allowed to text from that phone. It cost too much money. My only connection to the internet was the family computer that I could get on after school so long as my mom or brother weren't using it. That meant there was only a couple of hours a day for checking any DMs on Facebook, emails, the news, forums, playing online games like World of Warcraft, watching anime in 3 parts and other YouTube videos, and just about any other internet-related activities outside of my Xbox 360. I think having this very limited access to the internet meant I was far more present for the life happening around me, even though the majority of that was playing games on Xbox Live and reading books and manga. I think in today's world, living a life with intent really takes more, well, intent than it did just a couple decades ago. Activities like playing games with no distractions or reading a book now feel like an accomplishment of utilizing my time, whereas just 15 years ago they seemed like a waste of time. With how often my phone comes out of my pocket to take my mind away from being bored for more than 10 seconds, it feels like no wonder why adult life just flew by so quickly. Hours of the day just sucked away, which could have been used for things I actually cared about or given to the people that I care about. 2025 is a year I really want to make the year I decided to remember. I can only imagine I have more roadway out the windshield than in the rearview mirror, and I want to make sure I'm as present for that time as I was for the first 18 years. It's why I'm trying to take this channel more seriously. I find a lot of fulfillment making videos for y'all to watch, and I love seeing that handful of you guys coming back each week or two to show support for what I'm doing here. I love the idea of having a community that just wants to share what they love with each other, both from the past and in the present. I didn't sign up to grow up, but I am signing up to be present while I do. To that handful of guys who take the time each week or two to share 6-ish minutes with me, it really means more than I can ever express. It makes my whole week when I see a comment from one of y'all pop up. To any new folks this video may reach, I hope to see y'all in the comments here and in future videos. Feel free to hit that subscribe button to stick around. Until next time, keep it tuned in.